Okie dokie. So I got some likes on my video where I asked if you guys wanted a membership site. So I am going to start this. Nobody said what they wanted. So I am going to start this by just having you come along with me while I do stuff, right? So this is a fallopian tubes. Do not use any of their treatments. Feigning must be placed in a comfortable position, clothing loosened, cold water applied, dashed in the face, and then you vibrate their 7th cervical vertebrae. Dudes, I'm telling you, I'm so glad I am alive in this time of actual medical care. This is my altered book, and we're going to stick 2 pages together. I did a bunch of them with nori, and I'm not even sure if they're still dry. So I'm going back to my old standard of Nuvo glue, especially today because I'm just getting to play. Okay, so this is going to have a flip down. Ooh, should I do it on there? I don't know if I should do it on there because I'm going to have a flip here. Oh, let's do one on fallopian tubes and female weakness and fever. It was a very misogynistic time. I am here to tell you that most of it is just saying ladies are getting the vapors and they should be told to settle down. Yeah, I read the stuff about depression and they said functionally they're drinking too much and you need to tell them to stop doing that. And I'm like, dude, that is not how depression works. Okay, so we're going to put her on here. And I thought I would do her on the red. I thought I would do her background in red because I love red. And her lipstick is red. So we're going to just do a little bit of... I'm using distress paint. You can use any kind of acrylic paint for this. I just like distress paint. Oh, I just painted on that thing. There's a shocker. I just like distress paint because it's pretty easy to use. I need a bigger brush. I think all my other brushes are in the over by the kitchen sink where I wash them. And Johnny was like, you know, we have a whole utility sink in the utility room for this. Much the same way as he's like, oh, don't use my cake pans to make your stuff. Because he has a point, but that doesn't matter. All right, here we go. I just want one other little bit over here to be nice and bright. Kind of on this edge. All right, how can we do this? We need like a piece of paper or something. Ooh, a paper towel. Okay, here we go. I just want to get that nice and bright on this edge. And then we're going to dry it for a second. And then we're going to wait a minute and then glue her down. So all right, I can see some little spots where the paint is higher. And that means that it's going to, number one, it's going to take longer to dry, which is what I care about. But number two, it's going to, okay, now to make this a teeny bit more interesting, I'm going to grab some, another color. It's called Festive Berries. It's just like a kind of a lighter red. Because if you do all one color, it isn't as cool looking. And like when we get this done, you're going to see that your eye kind of merges them anyways. And you can think, gosh, why should I even go to all that trouble when nobody can see it except me? But you count. And I just wanted to tell you, if anybody joins the membership program, is you're going to get whiplash. Because the membership program is going to be more real time than what I post on the internet. What I post on the internet is always at least a week behind, if not 2 or 3 weeks behind. Because I have to record it, I have to edit it, I have to make all kinds of things. But for this, I don't. We are just playing around and having some fun, making whatever I'm making that day. Okay, I thought we had a green. We have a green. So we're going to make a green background. I love this green. I have this in, just so you know, I don't always use distress paints. They just happen to be what's sitting in my twirler next to me. Because I do like them best, but it's not the only thing I use. And I got a real soft, that is not going to work. But I have this color green, like an acid green, in every kind of paint I have. I have it in Diane Reevely. We'll use all different kinds of paints today because I have all different kinds of muscular atrophy. All different kinds of paint. So I'll show you this works with everything. $3. Ooh, I'm going to have too much paint. We're painting both sides of this. Oopsies. So when you have too much paint, just grab another place and put it on there. And then, that's the thing, right? Then you wind up with different color mixtures. And this is going to be a little different than my YouTube stuff, because I don't have someplace I'm going. This is just kind of ongoing what I'm doing in my altered book. Mumps. I don't think I had mumps. I had measles. I had chicken pox. But no mumps, I don't think. All right, we've got to glue this one to this one. We're making a really wet page. Oh, that's the one that broke. In the last video, that page got a little funky because I tried to paper clip my trees to it. You know what we could do? Oh, darn it. Okay, so first off, now this is all green, and if I don't want to be all green, I have to do this. And it might transfer some of that red. It didn't, but I kind of like when it does. Okay. I think, remember in the video, I put this house back here? Do we want to make this a pink page and put the trees around the house, right? That could be fun. All right, we're going to make this a pink page. It's not very... First off, let's glue these two pages together. All right, uterus displacement. Oh, good God. No, do not do any of the things they're telling you to do here. If your uterus is falling out, go to the doctor. Do not lay on a plank. Avoid tight binders, girdles, and no, don't do any of those things. This is a little scary. I went to I love going to auctions, and I went to an auction and I bought a whole bunch of these, and this one is, I gave it to my two friends, Miss Tina D, who you know, and Miss Deb Ward, who I made the butterfly picture for. I gave them ones to make altered books, and they gave them back because they don't want to do them. And that's fine. Your friends don't have to do what you like to do. You don't get to boss them around, even if you want to. That's why it's so much fun to have you guys who like what I do to talk to. Because my real life people get sick of me saying, look at my pocketbook, look at my pocketbook. Look at my journal. Look what I did. Oh, I have a bird. They're like, we don't care. We don't care about your pocketbooks. We don't care about your journals. And that will happen. And the other thing that annoys me a little bit, way too much paint. Oh my goodness. The other thing that annoys me a little bit about the world is people will say to me, well, what do you do with these? I look at them. Like, what do people do with any kind of art? That nobody's asking the artists that put art on the wall, like, what are you going to do with that piece of artwork? Are you going to, like, hang it on the wall? Well, yeah, of course I'm going to hang it on the wall. That's what I bought it for. But I feel like journalers, they kind of go, well, what do you do with it? And my father-in-law, who's super supportive, I love him. He was a public school teacher for 35 years. He taught art. But he's super cute because he only thinks wall art is real art. And so he will tell me all the time, you know what, you should do that on a canvas. And so I did once, and I didn't like it. I like to do art journaling. I think because my ability to hold attention, you saw, well, you will see in a couple weeks, I have like 4 art journals going because I don't know when I get up in the morning what I'm going to be interested in doing. So I have to have 4 different things going on so that when I wake up in the morning, I can just start doing something. Okay, this is going to take a minute to dry. So let's go back to the red page. Boop. Where'd it go? And people ask sometimes if my pages stick together and see like that stuck to that. But I like that. I like when there's grunge and grit and things like that. If you like pristine, perfect pages, then you have to be a lot more careful. It's not that you can't journal. You can do whatever you want. It's just you're going to have to be way more careful of your book. And you can't be like all, what would you call it, impulsive as much. Okay, I really love her. So we are going to put her down, and then we are going to put a big old flappy over her. And the reason being is because copyright, so I can make this journal for myself, and mostly it's okay that I'm doing videos of it, but it's, you know, the copyright holder of this image is the photographer, not even the magazine it's in. And so that's why you'll see me, you'll see Diane Reevely, you'll see Tisha Moore. We all do, we modify them. So if you modify it and you don't have just the exact picture on there, then you're using it for art rather than, did something get on her? Oh, I got it off, yay. You're using it for art rather than using it to, like, against copyright. But this girl, I have been, I just love her. I just think she's so pretty and perfect, just the way she is. So I want to leave her in, but I'm going to have her behind a flap. So I don't want to mess with her. I don't want to. Well, maybe you never know. I might color her hair. I might color her hat. I might do something. But as of right now, I intend to leave her just the way she is. Okay. So she's in. Ooh, what can we do with yellow? We should probably paint some yellow pages. Because I am going to put, oh, look, that fits. Does that fit perfectly? Is this a double page? This is not a double page. I totally need a double page. And yes, I glued some of my pages together. It happens. It happens a lot. So I cut out all this stuff. Like when I do the ones for YouTube, because people don't want to watch a ton of, hey, I'm gluing this again. You know, they're like, okay, we get you're gluing it. What's the next thing we're supposed to do? Where with this, I can hang out with you and we can paint together and we can glue together. All right, so let's do, oh, Jesus. And I think I want to squeak a little gold in here too. There's way too much paint there. Way too too much. Oh my God, did you see Tim Holtz launched new colors for Distress Archival ink, which is the permanent distress pads, which is my jam. And then he launched new distress for the embossing. I can't even stand my level of excitement for that. So we're going to be doing, and especially here in the membership, because most people don't want to watch tons of videos about, they'll watch a video about embossing, but they don't want to watch tons of video about embossing. And that's the difference between having a membership where we can do stuff over and over and over again so you can really learn how to do it and tricks that I do, and having a YouTube channel where I have to do things that more than just my favorite people want, because when you have a YouTube channel, you have the thing that called in YouTube called an algorithm, and you have to do things that make people click and make people watch your videos. And then, you know, lots of people like my videos. Very few people dislike them. To YouTube, it doesn't matter whether you like it or dislike it. But hopefully people know I'm just showing my stuff and what I do. But I can't do a video like this where I'm just sort of dinking around doing the backgrounds, because I would have to make it a 5 ways to do your backgrounds. And this is my actual journal, so I don't want to do 5 ways of doing my backgrounds. I just want to make some colored backgrounds. All right, so, boop. Ooh, there's more on that paintbrush. Yink, yink. Use all your paint. Use everything. Whoo, shit. What happened there? Why didn't you tell me? Oh my God. There's gold paint everywhere. Jeez Louise. Who's in charge of this? See, I would either make that a very blooper at the end, but I probably would cut that out. I don't leave all the people on YouTube want to learn how to do something. They don't want to sit with you and chit chat and do all that. So this is our place to be together. Now, I do draw the line at literally making you watch paint dry, so I will be fast forwarding through all of that. Okay, where's our pink? Let's go back to our pink. Oh, there's our house. That's so fun. It's just so weird that it looks like a house, right? Because that's a skirt and a pair of little pants. Let's see if this is dry. So this still feels a tiny bit cool. You can't really tell if something's dry because, see, you can touch it. But what happens is it just feels cooler than you would think. So we're going to dry it for a minute. All right, a little tip that I was just doing was I dried the back of it too. So now that we painted this one, let's go ahead and glue it together. But since this is a signature page, I might make this a flappy. And I'll show you what I mean. So now this is going to be 2 pages, right? Blink. Oh, that's already a page. Okay, so we got to make the flappy like this. So we're going to take this and then we're going to tear up, which I can like really encourage that by grabbing my scissors and like actually cutting this page. Okay, and then we're going to cut this page down to say about there. Okay, so now we are going to pull this up to where I cut it, which is probably about there. And we're just going to flap this over. And all that weirdness will just go in there. We're going to fold that down, and then this we cut so we can pull this out. Hold on, get to the part I cut. There we go. And I cut down to there, and we can fold this down. Okay. So now it's like we have a little tag that we can go over our house. Okay. I feel like this is dry enough. So, no, let's not do that yet. Where's our trees? Do you see them? Okay, here we go. Here's our trees. So, I love the broccoli tree. So, he's going to be in the kind of the front of the house. That's my favorite one. And I don't want my house to be dead center anyways. So I'm going to put it as far to the right as it can go. I'm going to put my broccoli tree somewhere over it. But I think what sells the house aspect of it is that you can see the two swishies. See, I can always cut it off and move it over here. I don't know. What do you think? I love the broccoli tree, but maybe it's just a background tree. And one of these guys are little shrubs up front. Oh, I kind of feel like that's it, don't you? Gosh darn it. I love that broccoli tree. Okay, so I think for sure this is a shrub up front. This is kind of skinny. So it could maybe be a shrub that just touches that. I think that's it. Or goes right there. Yep, that's that. So this is going to have to go back here. I kind of don't like that at all. Like that feels like it's the right thing. It's how the piece of lettuce was. But it feels weird, so you just cut it off. Okay, so that's going to go right there, kind of up in that corner. And I know people worry about altered books and that they're so fragile. I have not found that to be the case. I have found that if you put enough glue and crap on them, they're fine. You may have to glue a couple pages together. You may have to do some stuff. But all in all, they're not nearly as So years ago, I made an altered book. And I took a class, I think. I think I paid for a class. It wasn't Diane's. Diane's class is really good. I'll put a link to that. But I took a class and they're like, you can only rip out this kind of page this way and this kind of page this way. And I was like, okay. And so I did. And I spent a lot of time preparing my book. And I think that that was kind of wasted time because it's not as dire as they made it seem, and it's not as technical. Like, it really is good to know about the signatures, and I think I have a video on the real YouTube how to do your book that kind of perpetuates that whole you've got to be really careful. But you want to know how the signatures are, right? So I looked at this and I could see this is where the strings are. So I knew I could pull that up really easily and that this would flap on the strings. Now I may go in and reinforce this with a little piece of tape, like collage tape or some washi. Maybe we need a couple pieces of washi in there to be the hinges of the flap. That's always good, and it makes it look pretty too. We'll see what we have. Okay, there's that. Very cute. And here's this. I feel like this, I like my things to touch. So this is the orphan thing. If I were to put this far enough away, like, so it it didn't bother my house, then it's what I call an orphan. It's all by itself, and then it feels like it's not actually part of it. And I think a lot of times that's why gals feel like their designs don't look right, is because we're gonna make those windows. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Okay, so this is in. Don't cut your stuff with your, don't cut glue with your good scissors. All right, what else do we have? We have yellow we're working on. Oh, it's stuck. Yay, little goober there. Ooh, this feels pretty dry. All right, so this is gonna be a tuck spot, right? And by tuck spot, I mean, oh, I kind of feel like we need one more page. This is very heavy. So if we don't make these pages solid enough by hooking them together, let's just make sure it's not glued already to something else. Nope, it's not. Then the page itself won't be sturdy enough to manage that big piece of thing. Okay. Ooh, that feels so much better. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Good piece of paper. Love it. Okay. So now we're going to put this right on this edge. That is so freaking exciting. That is awesome. Okay. And we're going to do two things. So we're going to glue this down really well, which is obvs, right? Choo, choo, choo. So Shaka Khan is stuck in my head. Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan, let me rock you. And it's been there for like 3 days, and everybody's over it. And they're acting like I can just get Shaka Khan out of my head, but I can't. Okay, this has to, we're gonna, oh. So what we can do for this is paper clip the snot out of this stuff. That should be okay, because that's not super heavy. But these little corner guys, we want to paper clip that and make sure they get stuck down real good. And there's a really good chance. Okay, here's something that I almost always do. Hang on. Boop, 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 boop. Where's that? I'm looking for my tiny attacher, which is a weensy little stapler that Tim Holtz made. Oh, I can't find it. But I'm going to staple these corners down, and it's okay, because when I make this a page, right, when I flip this over and make this a page, it'll cover up the staples, and you won't see them really on this side, because we're going to be doing stuff. Okay. All right, I feel like I would like to have super fine. Okay, so we're going to cut off this extra bit. And this is just an ad that has been bebopping around in my folder for a really long time. So it has to find a place or it has to go away, right? Like I cleaned out my entire folder today. Which probably will not be on the internet for a minute, but I cleaned it out. So everything has to find somewhere to go. And if it doesn't, it means that it's just not the right time. And I know there's people with boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of cut out stuff, but I know me, and if I know I'm not going to use it within, you know, say, the journals that I have going, I just toss it because there's so much stuff. All right, this is the gal that was on this page. So she's going to kind of be a tucky-any gal here. But this, I am going to cut in half. And I really like this part, and I don't love this part. So, I don't think I like that. I don't like that part. So, I'm just going to use this part. Crafter's prerogative. Right. All right, so we're going to put this in here. And then I was thinking something about this pink one. I was thinking while we were here that I want to make this, oh, this is already a double page. Yay, us. So we're going to use pink. Yep, pink is this page. Don't I have a better pink? How about if we go with pink? Boop. We'll make this page darker. Just so it's interesting, right? We want it to be interesting. Where'd the pink brush go? And we are going to get our rag. Put that under here. I guess that's more purple than pink. That is okay. I don't mind. I am fine. We're all fine. Oh my goodness. We are having a week. The old dog who goes ticky, ticky, ticky isn't going to be with us much longer. She's 15. So, and we are just giving her all the food she loves. And we're babying her. And we're making her last time a really good one. And then Johnny and I have to go today to find out if we're going to be bringing his mom home from the nursing home or if we're going to move her to another place. And today I wrote a blog post on Artsy Fartsy Life about how scary it was the first time Mom was in a nursing home, but now I'm all like, I got this. I know what to do. So I write articles over there for, like I write mixed media and stuff, but I also write articles for people who are caring for dementia because Johnny's mom has dementia. And it is really hard. Like there's no real good, like there's official information, but nothing that really helps. So hang on, I'm going to dry this. Okay. And if you're thinking that using a book like this, like a good book, is bad, number one, the information in here is shocking. But books like to be used. Like your craft supplies. Books like to be opened and closed, and they like their pages to be used. And so, like, I was just thinking while I was drying this book is like gasping because it's like, liquid, my pages are so dry. And it likes having paint on them. And I get all my books at auctions, not good auctions, like antique auctions. And thrift stores. So these are not like amazing books that should be in the Smithsonian. These are books that people have said, we're good with letting them back out into the world. So that's kind of fun. That's a fun spread. Not exactly the same, but pretty similar, right? Okay, so that's that. What else do we have to put? Oh, we have some stuff. Did I paint any other pages? Maybe we should paint some more. Oh, yellow. Okay, do we have anything yellow over here? Oh, this is the actual stuff. This is some G-Jaws. This is the poisons. Oh, here's some stuff for pages that we thought we might use. Oh, here's some more yellow. I don't know if I love this for this page. Okay, so we'll put that. Oh, I kind of feel like I want to get stuff down. All right, let's make another yellow set. I don't want stuff hanging out all over, but this is fine because I can paint around borders, right? So I can put border stuff down and then go and paint. So this is not a problem. We are just going to glue this delightful piece of border over here. We know this is the yellow section, so it will be fine. Right there. Okay, that's good. This leaf I didn't love, and I was going to use with the other ones, so we can toss that. All right, we got some blue. This is a beautiful blue. So let's go to our teal section. And I think Diane had a fun thing that she did. Maybe I'll do them here, but I'm going to use... So we need to make this a page. So when you're yanking pages out of your books, because everybody says you need to take stuff out. I took out a fair amount. But people will say take out half your book. And I have not found that taking out half my book is the way to go. I have found that taking out enough that it's a little bit lighter is good. But then if I need to take out pages as I go, people are always like, well, you have to know which is the left and which is the right and blah. You don't. Just glue it to another page. It'll be fine, or staple it in or do something. Okay. So now this is going to be a fun, like, flip. I can't remember how the flippies go. I think the flippies go this way, and you go like halfway, and they flip this way. Anyways, I'm not going to show you that part because that's Diane Reevely's thing. But what happens is, yeah, I think that's how they go. So you kind of go halfway like that, halfway like this. Well, I'm very bad at halfway, obviously. Oh, that page is sad. It's very sad. So, as I'm saying that, and this little page ripped here, right? So what do you do about that? Do you panic? You do not panic. She did say fold down these flappies. So we're going to fold down these flappies. But she hadn't told me yet how to hook them on. That's today. So that's good. We're making one of these pages. Then I can follow along in class. It's funny. Whenever I take any of these classes, I love hearing what other artists do. But I also have a really, really, like I do things a certain way and I'm happy with it. Because I've tried other things and maybe not been as happy with it. Or, like, I'll try everything once. I'm not the best at saying this is good and this is bad or whatever. But I know there's some things I don't like doing. Like she does a lot of, so when you take a class, just remember this. If you like watching me and you're like, I don't really, oops, there we go. I don't really want to do an altered book, that's fine. Don't do an altered book because you're not going to be happy doing it. But what you could do is you could say, okay, well, I'm not going to do an altered book. So there, you can't make me. But I could do this thing in my journal, right? So that's the thing. My friend Rebecca and I were like, how can people not extrapolate? In marketing, not in art. I'm not judgy about art. I'm judgy about marketing. Because I've been doing it for 20 years, right? But we're like, how can nobody extrapolate? If you have some good ideas, for a bar and somebody owns a restaurant, they don't need a restaurant post. They need to extrapolate. Okay, here we go. So I just put this on here because that part was very weak, right? We broke it. Oh, I mean, we may cover this whole thing with some fun collage bits. I think that would be fun, don't you? And then we can make it stronger. Collage bits is an excellent way to make a page stronger. Okay, all right. So let's do that. Let's plan on that. So we are gonna, It would also help if we glued down all the collage bits. So see now? And if I didn't want collage, I could have taped another piece of paper under here, right? Flipped it over and taped a little piece of paper under there. In fact, let's put this little piece of collage back here to be supportive, to be a supportive friend. Right? It's being a supportive friend. Do not cut your stuff with your scissors. Stop it. Just don't do it. All right, so is this all glued down? So this I do want to have all glued down because it's the gluing down part of it that makes it support the page, right? That's what makes it a supportive friend. So let's do that a couple more times. And I just so happen to have some collage sheets that I had cut up, but I think we have to go to cutting out some more. Okay. I'm more of a ripper than a cutter, so let's rip some of these. Ooh, I think getting that pointy bit stronger could be helpful. And I really feel like this is where it felt funny. Although I do think it feels funny. Okay, I'm going to go over the bend. I need bigger brushes. I'm going to go over the bend. Into the bend. And then I gotta be really careful because I don't want to glue the next page. I just want to glue this page. Okay. And we're gonna smoosh that in there, and we're gonna smoosh this out here, and it looks like I need a little bit more on this side. And then we can paint over the top, and we can paint over the bend, and every single bit of this is helping our pages be stronger. And the cool thing is you can still see the words through Tim Holtz's collage paper. A lot of times my collage paper that I make myself is done with acrylic paint, and acrylic paint is opaque. So a lot of times you can't see through my collage papers. Can we get all the edges? I feel like we could do an edge there. Let's not glue this to the back page. How's this edge doing? Oh, we did really good on that one. How about this edge? Nope. Not so much. Okay, so I did the Nuvo glue thing on some of these pages, and I have to say, or excuse me, the Nori glue, I don't like it. I don't like it. It is slow drying, And I have to tell you, when they say it's slow drying, they ain't lying. It takes forever to dry. Okay, I think I want to, ooh, I love that butterfly. Okay, hold on. Hold on, see this butterfly? There's a giant butterfly that I love. So we are, and since this is just, ugh, I just ate something gross. This is just for, like, kind of fun reinforcing. I am not going to use a really cute butterfly for that. Oh, look, a bug. I'm not exactly sure why this paper is so full of bugs, but I do like the notes, and this is what this paper goes with. And this book, I'm telling you peeps, this book is all about using all the shite I have bought that I don't use in magazine collage, because I can't buy anymore unless I use it. Now, I could buy Distress ink and Distress embossing as much as I want as a rule to myself, because I use that a lot, mostly in stuff I don't show you, but I can't use it. Where's the lid to the Nuvo? This is why we can't have nice things. Oh, look. I have a beautiful butterfly gem. Could I make that? Ooh, you know what I'm going to use this for? I'm going to use this to be a pull tab. That's fun. I have all kinds of crap floating around on my desk. Okay, we're going to let, oh, that's dry. Again, this is amazing art caused by solving a problem I made. I had that little page that was all winky, and so we used some collage paper to solve that problem, and now it looks beautiful. I'm going to stick this background stuff down, and then we're going to have to be done because I got to wait for this Mod Podge to dry. And I am going to go in and watch the last session where that nice Diane Reevely is going to show me what to do with this fun pocket I made. I didn't make any of these yet because I'm not exactly sure this is my jam, but in for a penny, in for a pound, right? Okay. Just think that's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Okay, so now what I want to do is, gosh darn it, that's a problem. That's a problem. Okay, I want to make definitely smaller pieces of this because I don't want to just put this behind. Okay, doink, doink, doink. All right, maybe we leave the, oh no, because this is the color I like. Well, maybe we see how much we get behind here. And then, all right, let's see. We're going to put this up in this corner. We're going to put this up in this corner the opposite way because we don't want to be matchy-matchy. So the reason why you don't want to be matchy-matchy is if you do matchy-matchy, human beings have this innate need to see patterns in art, in everything, right? So if you make it matchy-matchy, then they're not going to be looking at your amazing whatever else you put on here. It's going to be trying to make a pattern in whatever you did. So this one is that way. This one's upside down. This one's sideways. And then I'll do this one the other sideways, or maybe straight up. Maybe upside down, upside down. And that way there is no matchy-matchy. Like there's a similar pattern. There's a similar color, but there's no matchy-matchy for the eyeballs to get hung up on and not want to look at whatever else I'm doing, right? Right. Okay. So these guys we're going to keep because I have a feeling we have enough for 2 pages, especially since I'm not going to be using tons of this. And I want these to be all different sizes, so skinny and fat, skinny and fat. So we're going to do a skinny down here. Perfect. Oh, I think if I do a fat, I only have to do 1. I'm so lazy. There you go. Oh, you know what? That is really making those crinkly wrinkly. So let's go back to our delightful Nuvo glue that doesn't make things wrinkly. Now, am I going to fret about having wrinkly bits? No. This is a no fret zone, and I'm going to use all my supplies. So I think instead of painting this one, I am going to, when it dries, grab this Distress Crayon in Mermaid Lagoon and do that. I want to use my supplies, and I feel like I've been... So number 1, I really like permanent. Now, Distress Crayons, if you've never heard about them, I feel like they advertise them as semi-permanent. They're if you don't move them, they're permanent, right? So you can't even just rub them. You have to do something. So you have to get them wet or you have to do something. So I feel like they are kind of semi-permanent, but they're not as permanent as paint. Paint is very permanent. All right, we're not going to have enough of this to go anywhere else. We're going to have to use all of this. But that having been said, I use paint on everything, and I want to get in the habit of using all my different supplies. So we're going to use everything in my little toolbox in this journal. Okay. See, I love how that looks. And don't fret about the wrinkly bits. I promise you, like, with as many layers and stuff as is going on here, nobody's going to see that the back layer on the top right or left is wrinkly. That's just not how it works. There is going to be fun stuff on here for you to see. All right, that's it. Last one, love it. I think that page came out really well. All right, so we have some more of these to do another time because I got to go clean the brushes and eat some lunch and watch Diane Reevely. And then we have to go to the nursing home. So thank you for hanging out with me and making me feel a little bit better today because we made some art together. All right, love you. I will talk to you soon.